Hey Horror Hounds, welcome back to G is for Horror. I'm G, so let's get straight into my most recent pickups, and we're going to start with some books. I picked up Josh Winning's most recent one, Heads Will Roll. Absolutely devoured this, such a good read. Just really easy to read, really fast paced, just moves along, really worth the read I think if you enjoy horror novels. Willow is in need of an escape. A former sitcom star, she's been publicly shamed on the internet after posting something she really shouldn't have. She checks into Camp Castaway, an adults only retreat based at an old campground in the woods. It's the first night and the campers gather around the fire to tell some ghost stories. That's when Willow hears the tale of Knock Knock Nancy, a local urban legend about a witch brutally beheaded in this very woodland. Isn't that always the case? They say her restless spirit knocks on doors late at night, and if you answer, she'll take your head. Willow doesn't believe in ghost stories, but the next day a camper has vanished under mysterious circumstances, and that evening, in her cabin, Willow hears it. Ooh, well worth the read. Really good. So, because I enjoyed that so much, I picked up another of Josh Winning's books, Burn the Negative. This, I heard, is kind of like a 90s horror, and as a guy who grew up watching horror through the 90s, yeah, I've got to give this a try, right? Journalist Laura Warren arrives in LA to report on a remake of a 90s horror flick, a cursed one, which she happened to star in as a child. When 8 of the cast and crew died in ways that eerily mirrored the movie's on-screen deaths, a traumatised Laura left and changed her entire identity. But just as she reaches the set, a man falls from a building right in front of her. It's happening again. This time, Laura is determined to end the curse once and for all, if it doesn't come for her first. Looking forward to that one. That should be good. Next up, I don't buy a lot of these Funko Pops. However, I do really like to pick up the horror ones that I have a real love for, and Scream is one of those movies. So I grabbed the most recent Ghostface. This is not Funko's first rodeo with Ghostface. I don't think I've ever actually grabbed any of the other ones. So I saw this guy and thought, why the heck not? Let's add him to the collection. And I'll pop him up there with Michael Myers. And Pinhead, he's up there too. And lastly for my pickups, let's check out some Blu-rays, and let's start with two that I've actually never seen, and this one's a shocker. This one is Manhunter. This is before Silence of the Lambs. This is Brian Cox playing the terrifying Hannibal Lecter. The write-up gives us Will Graham, retired from the FBI after capturing the murderous Dr. Lecter, is persuaded to return from retirement by his colleague Jack Crawford, who convinces him that his ability to understand the thoughts of a murderer can help them to capture elusive serial killer, the Tooth Fairy. Facing desperate and grisly task, Graham employs the help of Hannibal Lecter and thus puts himself at the mercy of a ruthless and sinister genius. Soon, with the caressing help of the murderous doctor, Graham finds himself courting danger as he opens himself up to the mind of a killer. This is Brian Cox playing Hannibal Lecter, and Brian Cox is just wonderful, so, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm going to like this. I've heard nothing but good things. This next one I'd never heard of. This I saw in a short, I believe it was, over on Pizowell's channel. Definitely go check Piz out. Amazing horror content. This is Hell High. This is an Arrow release, comes in this really nice slipcase with this very cool artwork, repeated here on the cover. And it gives us when high school football hero John quits the team, he winds up falling with a group of outcasts led by the sadistic Dickens, played to unhinged perfection by the late Christopher Stryker. With a willing new recruit in tow, the gang's youthful hijinks soon spiral into a night of abject horror when they decide to play a cruel prank on the home of their teacher, Miss Storm, who, unbeknownst to the youngsters, harbours a dark and tormented past. That sounds really good. Really looking forward to this one. Also in this Arrow Blu-ray comes with a really nice little kind of making of book with some Really nice screen grabs from the movie. And it comes with a reversible cover, which is always nice. And I believe that's the kind of original movie poster cover for the alternate. I also picked up, when I was picking up Hell High, I picked up Smile. Saw this one in the cinema, haven't seen it since. Really, really cool though. I really liked this. It was an interesting watch. Pretty freaky. Goes a pretty wild direction. Yeah, if you've not seen this one, give it a watch. After witnessing a bizarre, traumatic incident involving a patient, Dr. Rose Cotter starts experiencing frightening occurrences that she can't explain. As an overwhelming terror begins to take over her life, Rose must confront her troubling past in order to survive and escape her horrifying new reality. Pretty grim stuff. I also picked up Abigail. This is from the guys who made Ready or Not and the new Scream movies. Really good, really fun movie. There's my cat. Hi, bud. You want to join in? No, just wants to make noise. We've got here Radio Silence, the filmmakers behind the horror hits Ready or Not, Scream 2022 and Scream 6, bring a brash and bloodthirsty new vision of vampires with Abigail. A heist team is hired by a mysterious fixer to kidnap the daughter of a powerful underworld figure. They must guard the 12-year-old ballerina for one night to net a $50 million ransom. As the captors start to dwindle one by one, they discover, to their mounting terror, that they're locked inside an isolated mansion with no ordinary little girl. Well worth a watch. Really good fun. And Dan Stevens is in this. And Dan Stevens he's so great. He's so great. The Guest, Cuckoo, Dan Stevens. What a guy. What an actor. A 90s, for me, absolute classic. The Faculty with Elijah Wood and Josh Hartnett and Usher. But yeah, alien invasion, body swappy, mystery horror. Such a classic, definitely worth a watch. I'm not going to read the blurb on that one because it's from 1998 and I'm sure you've probably seen it. And if you've not, well, you're in for a treat. The same goes for House on Haunted Hill. I love House on Haunted Hill. It's terrible. It's really not a great movie, but I love it. I really do. I have such a soft spot for this. Some real nostalgia for this. And this is the German Blu-ray because I could not find this with like an English or UK release. Don't know why. Same goes for Slither, another German copy. Lovely black Blu-ray case, very sleek. James Gunn, after he left Trauma and Alien Invasion, Small Town, Elizabeth Banks, Nathan Fillion, Michael Rooker. Honestly, what's not to love about this movie? It's so much fun. It is gross. It's great. It's such a good time. So that is my pickups. What's that? 3, 6, 7 Blu-rays, a couple of books, and a Funko Pop. Not bad for a couple of weeks. I did say I was going to try and do weekly videos, and I do intend to stick to that. However, the first time of asking, I failed. I totally forgot last week's. I wanted to have more than just a couple of Blu-rays to go over, so I waited until this week, but I'm hoping that I will have another video next week. In fact, I'm pretty sure I will, because I know that I have some more Blu-rays in the mail on the way now. It should be here any day now. So, please do stay tuned, subscribe, why the heck not, and yeah, just keep enjoying your horror, guys. Hope you're all enjoying the spookiest time of year. I'm not talking about bloody tax season, am I right? Thank you, Mr. Sunday Movies. Take care of yourself and keep enjoying the horror. Bye.